Exploitation of nature had gone hand in hand with that of the woman. See, because nature is always described in femininity.
Right.
So when they switched everything, see, because they made everything that was feminine bad. Because the serpent, what he told the woman about, he didn't lie. The serpent didn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was exploited for the benefit of male, or the patriotic energy.
You said they took the 13th
Sign out
of the Zodiac.
of the zodiac.
It was 13, now it's 12.
Now it's 12.
So you're saying the colors are all off.
The colors are all off.
Oh.
And the rotation is from right to left, not left to right.
So everything has been turned upside
Everything
down.
is turned upside. Your clock, the world rotates counterclockwise, not clockwise. When you get up in the morning, the sun starts on your right side and sets on your left side. If you look at your clock, it starts in your left and it sets on your right. Everything in this world has been turned upside down.
Wow.
It says the view of the man as the dominate nature and woman. And the belief in a superior role of rational mind has been supported and encouraged by Judaic Christian tradition. The church was behind, the so-called Catholic Church was behind all of most of the things that you see in the religious aspect.
What you reading from, Baba?
Turning point.
The turning point. This discusses when the European turned everything, made the world when it was organic,
Right.
made it into a metaphor. And the metaphors in the Bible are discussing the energetic energy that's happening in melanated people. See, universal consciousness, which is the creative force of this entire universe, is melanin. The God particle is melanin. In the Bible it said, gross darkness covered the earth. Those melanated people was covering the earth.
I don't know.
Now why you said they took the feminine energy out?
They took the feminine energy out. This
Maybe
was
the
all
dog
in the
is
plan to uplift the patriotic energy. That's what the Christian imposition was all about. The Christian imposition was the suppression of the feminine energy. Because the witches, because grandma,
Right.
all of them had the wisdom of healing, the wisdom of herbs.
Right.
They know how to go in the woods and come back and get things.
Right.
So in order for a European to establish what they taught us in history, the European Renaissance, they had to change everything to meet the European standard. Because the European is the only man on this earth that has a history of less than 6,000 years.
That's right.
He's the only one.
He'll tell you that
He'll tell you.
in his own science.
Yeah.
Books.
But what he did during the time of the so-called black world went to sleep 3,000 years ago. We went into what they call a darkness, an age of darkness. Because ain't nowhere in the world you can find out. Ain't nowhere in his written history books do he discuss that he conquered the black world. He didn't conquer the black world. The black world was already in darkness. We was in darkness.
Oh,
Now,
interesting.
You see,
Dynamic.
how in the world could you say that we wasn't in darkness? And there was millions of people in Nigeria. And the English government never had no more than 2,500 people at one time in all of Nigeria. Now, ain't nowhere in the world you can tell me that they could rule Nigeria. But it was an unconsciousness And that unconsciousness is still upon us to this very moment. A deep sleep. It says, darkness was upon the world and gross darkness upon the people.
Triple darkness. Here, hold it. We talk about.
We were and still are ignorant people.
So what caused the darkness?
Huh?
What caused the darkness?
3,300 years ago, there was a planet called Nebuchadnezzar. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, it comes every 3,000 and some years. And the Nebuchadnezzar, that planet has now re-entered back into the earth. And this is causing what you see today, the many different planet changes that's taking place on Earth. From the weather, the earthquakes, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, it's all the planet gonna heat up. And everybody do not understand, not with a certain mindset, or with certain energy, this planet gonna eat them up. Because I just left the Middle East where I live, and there was nations over there that was 50 centigrade. You know what 50 centigrade is? That's 120 degrees. You know what I'm saying? But it's simple. Why don't we ask the question? I'm challenging the PhDs in this world, the black PhDs, to ask the question. Since you believe in the Bible, since you're a Christian or whatever you might call yourself, what do it mean my people are being destroyed for lack of knowledge? What do it mean when Jesus said the truth will set you free? I want you to answer that question. What do it mean gross darkness upon the people? What do it mean when it says, for surely we have inherited life? Why is it that our people are afraid to question the order? The established order of things.
Right.
We got to question the established order. But it's simply because the order ain't working for us.
I'm about to say, especially when what we're doing is causing us harm. It's causing us detriment. We're dying sooner. You know, we're coming up with all these diseases and infections. We're losing our minds mentally. We're anger and rage. We're killing one another. You know what I'm saying? The children are turning, you know, no longer is it man and women. The whole sexual dysfunction is awry. So, what, you know, you think this is normal? You think this is cool? So why? Why is all this taking place?
Because we are afraid to ask questions. We are afraid.
And yet we continuing down doing the same standard order of things.
Then that means that at some point we got to question history. We got to question his religion.
You said background noise. Hold this. Let me turn this down. I'm gonna turn the music down.
Because we got to question. We got to ask questions. We got to open our ears and question to find out what is happening with us. Why? Why are we afraid to question this European? Everything that we know today, he gave it to us. You got his name. You got his religion. You know what I'm saying? You got his economics.
Let me know if y'all can hear him better.
Let me know what we don't have that the European didn't give us. And after all these years, it ain't happened. So when are we going to start questioning this? That's my question to all of black leaders in America. When are you going to start asking questions? Why are you afraid to question the order? Why?
I think we don't even know the question. I think we're so systematic in our routines, day-to-day routines, and what we've been taught since childhood. And we don't even know the question. We don't even know that there is another way. There could be a different way. Because our minds don't even operate in that realm. Well, and that goes into the chakras. Right, Baba? Teaching how you tell us about the levels we were operating in, as far as the chakras are concerned.
The chakras, first of all, let's look at the chakras. It says chakras mean wheel of energy. The 7 major chakras are a doorway for life force energy, called prana or shai. The chakras are consciousness centers that transform energy and interface between the dense physical world. It means that the energy, the body is dense. It's energy.
Right.
It's just dense.
Right.
World of 5 senses and the subtle world of pure consciousness. What is that subtle world? What is that pure consciousness we're talking about? What is it? Then it says the lotus petals indicate the frequent vibrating rate, color of energy field. Now that's your chakra. And this is the energy over here of consciousness. Universal consciousness, melanated energy. Now, if you know what melanated energy, then you know the people that was created by universal consciousness. An energetic field that governs and shapes of organisms. Consciousness is the creative force of the entire universe. The creative force, which has been given many names such as God, Yahweh, Krishna, nature, the field, and divinity.
And the names we fight against.
And the names we fight.
It's all the same. We just fight each other against the different names.
Just the different names.
So Brother Martel says we got our own knowledge of the African source.
But we're talking about Africa didn't even exist when we're talking about this.
Oh, wow.
And it ain't Africa. It ain't Kemet. It ain't Egypt. The ancient name is Telemere. We're walking around here talking about Egypt, black. Kemet, black. Moors, black. Ethiopia, black. Every term that the European gave us was synonymous with a synonym for color. When are we going to wake up? He ain't never taught you nothing that's going to connect you back to universal consciousness, back to the creative source. But he studied trying to find out how to relate himself to those energies, and we'll run around thinking we're intelligent, that we've been taught something. Thinking we know something. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you saying, Baba? You're saying that as far as it relates to Africa, you saying...
We know if you can't relate to yourself and universal energy, you can't relate to Africa. You can't, because
real.
the one and the same. The whole world is interconnected.
Yeah.
It ain't separated like you've been taught. See, that's the whole thing. It says a single living conscious organism with complete awareness of itself. It's single, it's one. There's no division.
Africa is a small portion of the whole.
Africa is just a portion of the whole. Just a small portion of the whole. See, this whole world was one time was Africa. You know what I'm saying? Before the European came in and parted everything, there was no boundaries.
Right. No borders.
No order.
Borders.
And he separated the whole world. The whole world was one unit, one single world, with one weather. It wasn't no spring, summer, winter, fall. That's something that has been ushered in lately, within the last 3,000 or 4,000 years. The Ice Age just ended only a couple of thousand years ago, but they taught you that was it. I want to ask all you Moors and people that know history a question. Now they say the Moors occupied Europe from 7 AD, is that right? 700 AD up to about 1490, correct? Now they taught us that there was a war of Crusaders that took place in 1099, is that right? If you know about the Crusader War, I'm saying, how was the war fought in Europe and in Middle East in 1099 when they were under the occupation of the Moors from 7 AD to 15th century? I'm saying you got to start questioning. They're backdating history on us. They're backdating, they're writing us out. You know what I'm saying? And we still running around here playing games. Because can't nobody tell us nothing.
What were you reading, Robert? Somebody asked about a reading list.
Huh?
Somebody asked about your reading list. I wanted to show them what you was reading again. Just one of the books.
It's one of the books.
He always have all types of books he reading and
you see,
making me read from.
These are books. This is a book written and published strictly for Europeans to question the history that their forefathers have taught. They are questioning the lies. I'm saying that the European children are beginning to question the lies that their forefathers gave them. What in the hell are black folks supposed to be doing? Now you mean to tell me that we are afraid to question when they children to reverse it everything that he's ever taught, because they know that their salvation is interlocked with ours.
Martel says, but the Europeans stole our ancestors' knowledge and used
They didn't steal nothing.
He said, and used it back on us with Christianity.
How could they didn't have to steal it? I told you we was asleep. They didn't have to steal it. They just walked in and took it. Did they go in? Did they fight a war to get into Africa? No, they walked in there and took it. See, because if the people were asleep, if the people wasn't asleep, all they had to do was back up in Africa, and malaria would have killed them all. But it wasn't that age. That was the age of the Gentile. The age of the European. He was the European.
Yes, Robin. Robin said everything we've been taught is in reverse. Yeah. I peeped that some years ago. I said, all you got to do is flip whatever you have been taught.
You see,
just flip it.
What are you going to do?
Go the opposite direction.
What are you going to do when you find out that South America is north, and Africa is north, and Europe is south?
Wow.
Now do some research and they'll tell you that they flipped that on the Antarctica is the North Pole.
Bob, you dropping some heavy stuff that's going to entail some serious research. Yeah.
Time is the greatest illusion on this earth. Time is the greatest illusion. And death is not physical. Death is mental first.
Yes.
Death. Death. Your mind is the leading cause of your...
Yeah.
Because we've been programmed that at certain standards, unconsciously, we begin to reverse.
So Antonio says, what are we called as a people then if everything we hear is black, Moor, Hebrew, Israelites, etc.? Who are we?
First of all, I want to ask you that question. Who gave you them terms? Who gave you them terms? Where them terms come from? I just got you saying every one of them terms is a what? A color. They're a color. They left it in color because they were trying to completely cut us off. They didn't want us to have no way to get back, to find out, to understand who we are as a people.
Why is that?
Because all of the power of the universe is locked up in within melanated people.
And so they want to control in the universe. And so in order to control the universe, they have to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind. In order to remain in power.
But they can't keep us because they're not on, we are not on their clock. The earth is changing.
Right.
The weather has changed.
Right.
We're in a whole new age now. Just look around at the weather. They just had an earthquake in California.
Yep.
That's the beginning. They had 50 or 60 tornadoes on the ground here in America.
At one time.
At one time.
Yeah. Unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
Yep. Hey, unprecedented heat waves, fires, floods. We going on down to the party.
And you know
going
what?
on down to the party.
That's what they said.
None wiser.
Broad is the way that leadeth unto destruction. Narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. And there will be very few that will find that path. Why? Because we ain't gonna push nothing.
Robin said they dying out. That's why they so against abortion, homosexuality, and are they against homosexuality? I thought they were pushing that hard.
You have to realize, he already knows that his time is limited.
Yeah.
He already knows.
Yeah.
But he gonna take as many as he can along with him.
Yeah, you sound like my dad. He would say the same thing.
He ain't, our people, your mother, my mother ain't gonna give up Jesus Christ. They ain't gonna give him up. They gonna go down with the flood. They gonna give him up.
Uh-oh, now, Bobby, you gonna lose a lot of people with that one.
Islam, the brothers and sisters that are Masons, I'm not talking, they going down with Muhammad.
Ride or die.
They going down with Muhammad.
So what is the way then? What is the light? So
we got to go back to universal consciousness. The melanated energy that created all of it. First of all, we got to humble ourselves. You see, when I was going to school, we called the BS degree, Bachelor of Science, bullshit. We called the masters more the same, and the PhD was nothing but power, higher, and deeper. Because the further you went, the stronger the shit got, and the more smellier, and the more higher it went. But you're going to have to research, you're going to have to be serious.
Yeah.
Now, I was reading in that book that you read yesterday, where the English language do not have no vibrating power that can connect with the universal energy. And what did the first thing they do when they got our people? Took away their language. Because do you know that the Native Americans here, the black Native Americans, spoke what they call Hebrew?
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
They spoke Hebrew, the language that had the ability to alter. Because the language and the creative energy was the same. You saw cowboy movies, maybe you might not old enough, that when they saw the Indians chatting and praying and moving around,
Hey, stuff like
the
that.
energy began to change. You're not old enough, but I can remember when black folks in the South could speak a certain language, chant a certain song, and the weather would just change.
Well, they had rain dances and all that kind of stuff.
All that kind of stuff. We had that power.
Yeah, and we realize it now that a lot of the things that a lot of the old traditions, we're going back to those because they work. I think about like burning sage. You know, people see all that as hocus pocus. Some people, voodoo and all that. But when you study sage, scientifically study the biology and the makeup of sage, it's healing. It's a healing when it does naturally heal the
You see, we got to learn first of all.
The space.
First of all, we got to get out of. We got to begin to learn a whole new language, a whole new way of communicating.
Yeah.
Because long as we communicate in English, we're going to get the results of that language. A language that had no ability to communicate with the universal energy.
So basically, you can burn all the sage you want.
You can burn all the sage you want. Eat all the vegan food you want. Go live in it. Because if your energy within yourself is not like it's supposed to be, then it ain't going to help you. It ain't going to help you. But it's another
He
thing.
said, what's the author? Let me see the book one more time. They want to get some information on that book. They want to see the author.
Said, stop looking and get.
He said he can't locate it online. Where'd you get your copy from, Bobby? But see, he's from Israel. I was over here visiting from Israel. He don't even live in this country. He come visit his family once a year and out of here. He don't even hang around.
First of all, they got to understand one thing about Israel. Israel is not a holy land. Israel is the heart chakra of this earth. Where do you find the most blood in your body? Around your heart. Where do you find the most blood in this earth? In the Middle East. You see, you got the same chakras in the earth that you got in your body. And that's what everybody don't understand. See, they done pump so much oil out of this earth. It's like a body. It's like the body. When the body
the oil is representing blood.
Right.
Oh, I got you.
Representing blood.
That's why
I got you.
See, that's why you're gonna see all you need is a bomb to hit a certain place in this earth, and all them gaping holes that they got in there are gonna start crushing in it.
Wow. I've been reading recently about death zones.
What?
About the death zones, valleys and places on the earth where no life can be sustained. And it was at one point like small places or little small square miles of places, and now those are growing. They're starting to pop up more and more.
Yeah. You see,
Where because of the chemicals in the makeup in the earth is causing nothing to be able to grow in certain spots.
everything is shifting. Where there was
Dead
desert,
zones. That's what it is.
where there
Not
was
death.
desert,
Dead zones.
it's beginning to grow. Where there's greenery, it's turning into being desert. But the whole world at one time was a complete pristine ecology. That, like I told you, where there was no season. There was no such thing as season. Season came with the ice age.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you're saying at one time the weather was all one, like it was always
It was
summer
all paradise.
or always spring,
Always spring, always summer.
so it didn't get
See,
cold.
when the ice came, it tilted the world.
Oh, interesting.
But the ice cap's gonna melt, and as the ice caps melt, the earth gonna tilt back up into a perfect spiral, perpendicular rotation, which means the sun will hit at the top and at the bottom at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
So you ain't gonna have no sun. The world it's gonna return back to what it was.
Wow.
Man, the European is
interesting
the
thought.
last form of evil man on this earth. See, you can't
So why
forget-
was he necessary then, Barbara? Why is he even here? Why does he exist?
Because as you came down through the ages of black worlds, see, man has not risen. Man has perpetually fallen all the way down.
Right.
Till you got to the white boy.
Right.
And he wasn't no better. He just took it a little deeper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But black people got that understand. You and we ain't got nothing to be proud about either.
Right.
We're just as evil as he is. Because we done took on his energy.
Yeah.
We done took on his likeness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can remember as a child when tornadoes would hit down and hop over, would hit down, tear up the White House, and hop over the Black House. Hop over it.
I can remember not too long ago, it's still in my time, we're watching the news and you can hear about a heinous crime that went on, like somebody been brutally raped or something, and you instantly know, oh, that's somebody else. That ain't us. We don't do that kind of stuff. Not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more. You
See,
can't
I
differentiate.
I can remember.
Yeah, me too.
When I saw a tornado go over, I was a little boy sitting up in the house, watching the tornado go over the top of our house and light down a double twister about a mile down there, and one of them down Flicker, one of them down there but white folks, and it just tore up everything. But now, I'd be getting to the basement.
That's why we were so shocked when the Lee Malvo, the kill,
Yeah,
what
the
was
shooters,
the
snipers.
yeah, the snipers.
Yeah.
When we found out, we were so shocked that they were black. We were shocked because that's just not things that we normally do.
Right.
We didn't. Now,
You know, the most shocking thing that it bothered me this time when I came to the state was just to see how big our people are. God. Don't you know that obesity is nothing but blocked energy? That's all it is.
Block the heart. Block the artery.
It's blocking the blood flow. It's blocking the food from moving. It's blocking up.
Hello, how everybody doing?
greetings, brother. How you doing?
And that's why if you take a stream, as long as that stream is running,
I'm coming to you,
it
Antonio.
perpetually purifies itself.
Self-healing.
Huh?
Self-healing.
Self-healing. But the minute you block it up, it starts polluting, start eating on itself, all different type of fungus and different things begin to grow.
It's like causing a dam inside your body.
That's what's happening.
Interesting.
And that's why our people, see, because every disease you ever got is energetic. That no disease that don't start from blocked energy. So between the blocked energy in your body and the blocked mind in your head, how you gonna survive?
Wow.
You gotta
Okay,
block.
come to go to Antonio. Antonio was saying, is global warming a myth?
Global warming?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, that's why I did
But the
enough
way they're
research to
telling
know
you,
that's
but the way they're telling you global warming happened, that's the myth. It's not from CO2. The
no.
global warming is from deforestation,
Yes.
overfishing,
Uh-huh.
killing off the animals,
Uh-huh.
killing off the people. See, that's what caused the imbalance on this earth. You know what I'm saying? A few years ago, they discovered that the Yellowstone National Park was dying. Why was it dying? They had killed off all the buffalo out of Yellowstone National Park. They had killed off all the wolves out of Yellowstone National Park. They had killed all of the animals to help balance out nature.
So the ecosystem
The
is all
ecosystem.
logging and all that stuff.
All that stuff. See, because every time the wind would blow at the mist in the air, that helped keep the earth cool.
So it's like knocking up. You think that you can get rid of one species,
Okay.
and it's like a domino effect.
What
It
they
affects
do,
everything else.
They put the wolf and the buffalo back in Yellowstone National Park, and it began to recuperate itself
Oh wow.
because the balance of the ecosystem would begin to be restored.
So you said it's not carbon monoxide that's doing it.
It's
That would
there,
make sense now that I think
but now
about
if
it.
you look at the carbon monoxide, what did the tree do?
Right.
It absorbed
Right.
and give off oxygen.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
So if you don't have the trees, then of course the carbon monoxide going to be
And if
disturbed.
if you eliminate, they'll eliminate over 55 million people just around the globe and in North America since colonization.
Yeah, what about this thing that they have saying that the earth is overpopulated?
That's just like me saying that a man can have a baby. It's just that ridiculous. That the earth is overpopulated.
Right. I say, how is it that, you know, this whole universe and all the creations in it, but then there's a limit to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, but you can only have but certain amount of people here, but then there's a one fruit tree that could grow and could feed thousands of people off that one tree.
One tree.
And then when you think about most of the people live within cities, and so we just take this landmass by itself, America. The last I checked, and it was been a while, it's only 20% populated from people to land. It's just that we congregate in small spaces, cities and things like that. But the earth itself is vast. The land is wide.
And you need less than a quarter of the earth. Less than a quarter of the earth to feed the whole earth.
Oh, wow. I believe it. Yeah, it makes sense. Like I said, one tree, you can plant one fruit tree in your backyard, and that fruit tree ain't just going to feed your family. That fruit tree can feed the whole community.
Whole community.
But we running out of resources. It makes no logical sense.
First of all, once you get food that has been properly energized with the vibrations of the earth, you don't need but just a little bit to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your portion becomes, if your stomach ain't no bigger than that, why do you need to eat 3 meals a day?
Good teaching. Come on with that good teaching, Baba. That's another lie we've been told. That's what I mean, where we just go through the systematic way of living without considering what we doing.
You ain't questioning nothing.
We ain't questioning nothing. We just doing.
Just do it.
We eating 3 meals because somebody told us to.
Why should the white boy worry about us? He know we sleeping. He know we just asleep. Or we sleep. We don't question nothing.
Yeah.
We don't trust ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I used to teach my wife all the time. I tell her, baby, the first law in this relationship is that you learn to love yourself, respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do everything for yourself that you gonna benefit. Be happy with yourself. All the things that's gonna raise your self-esteem.
Right.
That's where you gonna have all the belief and beauty and love for yourself. And after you get all of that, then you share that with me.
Right.
Because I can't make her unhappy. If you're unhappy, I can't make you.
Right.
Say that again.
If you have low self-esteem, I can't raise your self-esteem.
If she have low self-esteem, she gonna make both of you miserable.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it ain't no black families getting along. Because both the man and the woman got low self-esteem and don't like themselves.
Here's another question. Antonio got a lot of good questions. How do we wake up? How do we overthrow the evildoers? Our minds are blinded, but slowly waking.
You have to learn to hear. Hear. What I mean by hear, you hear by eliminating emotion.
Yes! Oh, I'm big on that.
Eliminate your emotion.
Yes.
Be in all humility, be able to accept the fact that we don't know nothing.
That's right.
If you can convince yourself that you don't know nothing, and that your whole world and the whole universe is rotating on the axis of a lie, if you can accept all that, then you can begin to learn what we need to know to get ourselves out of it. because it's a knowledge that's going to get us out of it. And in that knowledge, you're going to find truth in the same baby.
Yeah, but our arrogance, we can't get past the arrogance of you can't tell me nothing, or you don't know nothing,
you don't know nothing,
or I know more better than you, or I know more than you. And so we shut our own minds down.
We shut our own minds down
with that attitude.
Definitely. See, Marcus Garvey said, out of every 100 orders that he was gave, less than 2% was carried out in completeness in the way he gave it. Why? Because low self-esteem or insecure people has always got to put themselves in it. They can't follow nothing all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a 50-gallon drum of pure water. Just a drop from a stemmer will poison the whole 50 gallons. And that's how we operate within the black community.
That leads me into a question I have. Leadership. I hear a lot of people say...
There ain't no such thing as hierarchy. Ain't no such thing as hierarchy. If patriotic energy is a lie, that man is superior to woman is a lie, then where you going to get leadership from? This whole leadership thing is a lie. That leadership is an illusion to make people feel like they know somebody or they are doing something when they ain't.
But isn't there groups of people on the earth who have wisdom and understanding to a higher degree than a lot of others?
Definitely. But you don't be a leader. You be a teacher.
Well, okay, so why? What is the difference between the two?
Anytime you have an up and a down, it ain't balanced. You have to make sure everything is balanced.
Okay.
In the teaching, in the relationship, in family.
But I challenge that only because it's like, okay, let's take children for example. Where are they getting there? How do you balance your a level of understanding with children? If you are the
now, I'm
adult.
gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
How can imbalanced parents produce balanced children?
They can't.
That answers the question.
But what I'm saying is how can balanced parents produce balanced children? They have to learn, they have to be guided.
But again, it goes back. Here.
Okay.
And you can only hear by first being able to accept the fact that I don't know nothing.
Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get some more questions in here.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, Robin, I hear you. It's always a competition. Hebrews against Kemites, Moors, Christians, Islam. You govern yourself, she said.
That's right, you govern yourself. See, because if I respect
Well, why is it always a fight between all of these different levels of belief systems?
For control. One word. Control. These are all social constructs that came out of the mind of leaders.
Right? Right.
Now let's look back. The Catholic Church is the oldest religion that on this earth. The Catholic Church. And that didn't happen in 325 AD. And all the rest of these things come out of the Catholic Church. I don't care what you call it.
Uh-oh.
You came out of the Catholic Church. Who preserved the Hebrew? Catholic.
Uh-oh.
Who created Judaism? Catholic. Who created Islam? Catholic.
Mustafa. Mustafa, I'm laughing at you. Antonio, he's got some good points. He said, but if we know nothing, we will accept everything.
That's what we're doing, ain't it?
Oh, he did say, that is us, back to square one. He actually finished what he said. Yeah. Yeah. Mustafa said religion is slavery.
Slavery, and it's the biggest form of prison.
Prison?
Prison.
Why? Break that down. Why you say that?
A prison is a physical enclosure. Is that right?
Yes.
Religion is a mental enclosure. One is physical and one is mental. There's no difference. They all got you locked into a certain belief, a certain set of laws or program in which confine you. If your daddy's a Catholic, mama's a Baptist, boy. You got an uncle that's Islam. You know what I'm saying? Your Aunt James is what you call them, Jehovah's Witnesses. According to Jehovah's Witnesses, ain't nobody right.
That is true.
I'm saying, but we have never opened up long enough
To question.
to question. It all goes back to one word.
Why? I think, what is that? Fear? Why don't a lot of religious
Be called an
people?
atheist. Those that question are called atheists. Or pagan or whatever else you want to.
And so what? The fear of what? Going to hell for not believing in a higher.
Mainstream. Because you're not mainstream.
Let's see what else. Oh, y'all got a whole lot going on this stream. Robin said the Catholic Church had to approve all of the other religions. Wow. Really? Even Islam?
Yeah. Judaism, you name it.
So we even had to approve them.
The Catholic Church was the ruling power on this earth. Because they ran the kings and queens of Europe. Is that not right?
So when we say Catholic Church, we're talking Vatican, right?
Talking about the Vatican.
Okay. Let's get it straight. Let's get it specific.
I'm looking for this chart. Okay. The map of consciousness range between 2,700 to 1,000. Okay, because they done got it down, baby. They done programmed everything. Okay, number one tentacle of the church and how they keep everybody locked up is shame. Shame, humiliation, elimination. Number two, evil. What's the second number tentacle of the church or religion? Guilt. Guilt. Because if you do something wrong, you're ashamed and you're made to feel guilty.
So that keeps you in line
That keeps you in line.
with the laws and tenements of the religion.
Not coming.
Because you don't want to feel guilty.
Miserable, evil, hopelessness, tragic, frightened, fear. This is 100.
What's 100?
Fear.
I mean, what's the numbers? Level? What kind? The consciousness level?
On the conscious level.
Okay.
And you don't even begin to move until you get up here to 250. Neutrality, where you stop judging one another. Everything from here on down is down here. 85% of the world is from 200 down.
Going back to the chakras.
Huh?
Going back to the chakras.
200.
So the lower chakra, the root, and the sacral chakra, you operating in the lower energy. Oh, this is the book he's reading from. Okay. Right? Is that accurate, Baba?
What?
You saying the numbers, when you read off the numbers, what comes to my mind is the chakra levels. So the lower the level you're operating from, you get that guilt, that shame.
We are these three chakras are mapped on us. The root, the sacral, and the navel. They're locked on us. See, when you go over here, we have no desire. no vitality, no inner strength, no self-control.
Yeah.
Corresponding to the element of fire, digestive system, the ego impulse, the emotional.
Anger.
Okay, let's come on down.
Quick to anger.
Relationship, sexuality, and intimacy.
Intimacy.
This is relationship to the water element, govern the sexual instinct, the urogenital sex, the emotional desire,
Sex crazed society. Everything is sex, sex, sex.
survival,
Lust.
survival, security, primary energy, the root center, relation to the earth element, governance, all elimination, the survival instinct, and the emotional desire. These all of
Survival.
this.
You in the hood. You scared.
All
You
of
shooting,
this.
killing one another.
All of this.
You scared because you ain't got enough to eat.
It's
You got
all
to figure
blocked.
out how to feed your family.
It's all blocked.
All in the root.
All these chakras down here is blocked. And
Wow.
all of our people, they're blocked.
And so the higher up you go, you get unstuck, basically. It's
You
you
can't
keep
get
flowing.
you can't get unstuck up here because you're blocked up right here. It's blockage. You see how it goes right here?
Yeah.
How the energy goes up, split off, and come back down.
Yeah.
Well, it can't go up because it can't get beyond what they call right here
The physical body. So you can't even get into the spiritual realm or the more higher elevated spiritual because you stuck right there.
How in the world, when you see people walk around here with a stomach with that much shit in it, gonna be able to get anything up it? Ain't nothing can pass through all of that. The men looking like a pregnant cow, and the women with their asses look like a big old heifer cow. You know what's that?
no.
Is that the ham back there?
I don't
I
know.
forgot. I ain't no meat in 50-some years. So that we look like the very thing that we eat.
What's up? How you doing, brother? You are what you eat.
Huh?
You are what you eat.
You are what you eat. So to show you how sleek we are, we're eating dead
Robin, I'm going in.
animals.
Now,
if it's dead, that means it ain't got no life in it.
right.
So if it's dead, it ain't got no life in it, then what you getting, what you eating? You ain't getting no life from nothing that's dead.
A dead carcass.
And we're so sleep, we can't realize that if you're eating some dead meat, you're eating death.
Yeah. So poison in your body.
It's poison in your body. You ain't getting no vibration, no energy. They talk about vibration, talking about energy. And something that's dead don't have no energy in it.
Okay, so I know we've been on this for a minute, but I do want to get Robin in here. Robin said there are 22 chakras. Is it 22 chakras?
We're talking about 7 main chakras. But tell the brother, no, it's not 22
It's Robin,
chakras.
sister Robin.
Tell Robin it's 364 chakras. 364 chakras in your body. That's how many it is.
So where the 7 main? I mean, what they do? They just break down those 364 into
We deal with the main 7. Because the main 7 feed
the rest.
the rest. Not
Okay.
it's far more than what we ever thought it was.
You got me.
It's a chakra in your body for every day in the year. When you go to 13, you know what I'm saying? At 28 days, 364.
Now go back real quick, Bob, and tell them what you told us about the 13th Zodiac. It was 13. They took the woman's energy out. It was the what now? Used to be the
Well, you call the serpent
serpentine. They removed that one. It was
They
the
took it out.
feminine energy.
because that energy controls compassion, forgiveness, mercy, all of the energy that would keep the family together, that would make you respect yourself, that would make you love yourself. That's the energy they took out.
But we use it on everybody else.
Huh?
But we give it to everybody else, but not our family.
No, you don't even give it to yourself.
Right.
We don't even have that
Yeah.
energy to give to ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you can't give something to yourself, it's a lie and an illusion to think you can get it to somebody else.
Right.
If a woman don't love herself, don't even come nowhere close to me.
Yeah.
If a man don't love himself, stay away.
Yeah. How do you learn that though, Baba? How do you learn how to love if you don't know the first thing and how to gain a better understanding of how to
If you don't know,
love and adore
you
yourself?
said, there's an old saying that says, silence is gold. You learn by listening and first accepting the fact that the whole world has been deceived. Everything in this world is turned upside down.
So the first thing you have to do is accept the fact that you've been deceived,
That you ignorant
that you in order to grow.
in order to grow.
Makes sense to me.
See, I had to do that. Because I wasn't in college. People who thought they knew something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Antonio said, define love of self.
Love of self. First of all, the love of self begins with you appreciating wholeness. Appreciate that everything in the universe is you.
Yes. I
You know what I'm
receive
saying?
that. I receive that. Yeah.
So that's what love is. Completeness. Wholeness. You know what I'm saying? Which means
Energy.
right. Energy. Right. That's right.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
See, because we operate in parts. We don't operate in whole.
Yeah.
You can't see loving yourself, all that's the power to make up the whole. We're always mixing something.
Yeah.
You're not taught. Love has nothing to do with another person. First of all, that's the biggest lie. Love don't have nothing to do with another person. They taught us that love, nothing about the universe has to do with nothing other than within you.
Yeah.
See, we're so busy looking outside for everything
Yes.
that we are not able to understand all of the cosmic energy that is within us.
That's why the whole Jesus theory in the sky is so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you're looking up into somewhere else for salvation and for love and
There's a
completeness.
term that I say in Hebrew. I say it in Hebrew because of the ability of that energy to connect with the universal energy.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. Kumaya kwabi. Beya fuso yaverka. Beya nusu misamerka. Meet panelka. Kumaya kwabi. In English said, rise up, O life force energy in me. Rise up, O life force energy in me. And go before me. And protect me, that all of my enemies prevail not over me. That is within me.
So never look outside of yourself for the enemy.
In you. 'Cause who got you following this deranged mind?
Ooh, that's heavy, Baba.
See, that's the enemy. That's what's blocking you from hearing.
That's heavy.
That mind that you entertain. That mind that you get up with every morning.
And then we look outside of ourselves for that.
Yeah.
To try to fix that. We're looking for the enemy everywhere else except in our own minds.
When you get this energy
deep.
flowing like it's supposed to flow up and down,
Yeah.
you see, we got two sources of energy. The energy that comes up from the earth, goes up, split off, and come back down. go up, go back into the earth, and back up. Then you got the cosmic energy that comes down from above, down here, through into the earth, and back up. You know what I'm saying? That, in the Bible, they call it climbing Jacob's ladder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, read this right here.
Prana, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Prana spirals through the chakras, connecting heaven and earth energies. Heaven, connecting your heaven and earth energies.
Then heaven ain't in the sky, is it?
That's right. Ooh, that's right. My daddy used to always tell me heaven and hell are not two different places. They're a state of condition. When you feel good and you look good and you're healthy, that's heaven. When you're sad and depressed, or you're down on your luck and you're sorrowful, you're living in hell.
Yeah. They talk about homosexuality. Homosexuality is nothing but an unbalanced energy within a person's body. That's all it is. Because each one of us is split down the middle. One side is feminine and one side is masculine.
Right.
But as a boy, when I become gay, because the energy is too far on the feminine side. That's all it is. Same thing with a woman. She becomes gay when the energy on her feminine side leans too far. You know what I'm saying?
What about confusion? What about those who go both ways?
Imbalance is confusion. When you're imbalanced, you're confused. And that's all it is with what they call homosexuality. It's just an imbalanced energy within that person's body. That's all.
Interesting. Okay, Antonio said, what else you got in your bag of books? He wanted to see what else you got. Can he see the book?
That little.
What's that?
Little by little.
Little by little. Yes, sir. Okay, you heard the Baba. Respect. He said little by little. Okay, family, I'm going to get off this thing. It's been a while. Good teaching. Again, he comes. He's here for how long? 2 weeks?
I'll be in D.C. area for 3 weeks. And then I travel around. I'll come back here in September for maybe a week or 10 days.
Okay. So the Baba, he's here from Israel. His family in Israel has the largest vegan food factory in Israel. Yes. So he just, he here on travel, and then he does his artistical thing. So he has all kind of beautiful handmade stone pieces, natural stone pieces of jewelry. So he comes here to Everlasting Life, and he just sets up, and really he just spreads wisdom. That's what he does, really. So every other person who walks through the door knows him, loves to see him when he comes, because he just imparts so much wisdom, as you can see, on us all. So I look forward to his visit every year. All right, I just want to get him out there to you guys too. All right, family, take care of each other out there. Share the information. Peace.